Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna show you guys how I made this bass house drop. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna start with the kick and clap. Now, I really wanted to have a kick that sounds like it pushes a lot of air, so it kind of works symbiotically with a sub. And I'm routing all of my drums into one compression bus. Now, it's not good for dynamics, but I wanted just stuff to sound punchy. And as you can see here, I've just added multiple kicks in between as toms, basically using the cutoff filter to make it sound more like toms, so it doesn't have the high frequencies, and you just route that through to the same track. And I've actually made sure these toms are hitting the same rhythm as the main element of the drop, which we'll get onto later. So if you're gonna add kicks to go with the toms, you have to experiment. You just have to move stuff around and see when it's working. And on top of that, I mean, technically kind of below it as an underlayer and routed to the same compression bus is a kick and clap loop with an emphasis on its hats, as you can hear. In fact, there's not really a clap in there, but every thump on every beat actually fed into that same compression. It sounds quite nice altogether. Some more hats. Now, what I've done really here, I've tried to let it sound organic by moving it off grid and giving it some volume automation so it doesn't hit the same volume every hit. As you can see, practically nothing too loud. So I've shortened a lot of these hats, and then I have some less shortened ones. So you really get like a feel of someone's playing the drums, basically. It doesn't sound like that, but it also keeps it quite clean. So it's a good mix. And to further along with the rhythm, I found something in the key, and I've made this kind of repetitive pattern with it, which I've actually used the Fruity Stereo enhancer. It's honestly one of my favorite tools. Don't overdo it, and definitely don't do it with stuff you don't need to. If you look it up a little bit, you know, I have never really delved into music theory, but I think over the years I've developed some basic knowledge, and I think you don't want to pan everything, but there are definitely parts of your drums and your mix, especially depending on the genre, what you want to pan to the left and the right. You know, for example, you can have some snares wide, but you know, you can have some hats wide, but it really depends on your mix. Now the part we've all been waiting for. So this is a loop from Splice. Without the effects and without the cutting, it sounds like this. So I've cut off the sub frequencies, added some OTT depth, and compressed it a bit, compressed it more with a wave shaper. And this reverb is for the opening, the build up, and so is the filter. And then I've added some sub notes to follow that. And as you can hear, if you add the kick back in, that's exactly the pattern that follows. And for my personal taste, I find this drop a bit too intense. But the bass is there. In fact, if you literally get rid of that main element, you now have a really functional basis to build something on top of. For example, what I've done here is probably the first time I'll do this in a video, but I've made an alternative drop. So you get my point. You can really do whatever the hell you want to do with this, which I think is quite fun. Yeah, this is a free FLP, so go ahead, download it, have some fun with it. Peace out.